To celebrate the Houston Zoo being open again this week after recovering from Hurricane Beryl, we're looking at the giraffes right now. I don't see any in our shot right here. Maybe they're trying to cool off from this heat, but we know millions of people were impacted by Hurricane Beryl's landfall last week. But have you ever thought about what happens to the animals at the zoo during natural disasters, This morning, we sent KPRC2's Mariah Ballard down to check out on some of our four-legged friends. Mariah, tell us how the animals are doing this morning.
That's right, Rochelle. Good morning. I'm so glad to be here with you, and I'm glad to be here at the Houston Zoo. I'm here right now with Ben Jones, the Vice President of Conservation and Education. I know we have a lot going on in the background, but it's important that we tell you guys what's going on at the Houston Zoo. So, Ben, first of all, good morning.
Good
morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for being here.
So we're definitely, right now, we're currently at the gorillas of the African forest enclosure.
Right.
Did I get it right?
That's perfect.
Okay. And we wanted to know a little bit about the damage left by Hurricane Beryl at the Houston Zoo.
Well, like most of Houston, we've got some trees down, we've got big clumps of bamboo down, and right now this crew's working on clearing that so we can have our gorillas back out here on habitat.
Yeah, let's get our camera going. So what's going on back here a little bit? Tell us a little bit about what they're exactly doing in the gorilla enclosure. So she was telling us earlier that they're cutting some limbs down, cutting some trees down to make sure those gorillas, you know, don't climb anywhere, to make sure that it's safe for the visitors.
It's exactly safety for the visitors and safety for our animals is always paramount for us. So they're taking some of these trees down that are leaning from the wind damage that came through with the storm. They'll be removing some limbs. Back across the back perimeter, they'll be clearing a lot of that brush and bamboo that you see there, all just to make it as safe as possible for our gorilla troops when they come back out and use the habitat soon.
I can't wait to see them. I love gorillas personally. So tell me a little bit about the preparations. When you guys are at home, like I said, you're watching Channel 2. We let you guys.
Here it comes.
We're like, here it comes. What is your first line of defense for your employees?
Well, we have a detailed emergency management plan, so months ahead of time, we go back to that plan and we review everything to make sure everything's still up to date and ready. We got to decide who's spending the night here, who's in the ride-out crew, where people are sleeping, how we're going to feed folks, and what we need to bring in, maybe extra generators and things like that for the life support systems for our animals.
Yeah, so do you guys have to call in any extra backup, any extra zookeepers that come and hang out?
Absolutely. Like for this Hurricane Beryl, we had 70 people spending the night here at the zoo for 2 nights during the ride out.
And you guys had a generator. It didn't fail on you.
We had a few generators, actually, just to keep the animals as safe and comfortable as possible. You can imagine, they need to be, animal welfare is our highest priority here at the zoo, so we do everything we can as possible to make sure our animals are safe and happy.
Yeah, so what is your first line of defense? We talked about for the employees, now for the animals. You guys have like 5,000 animals, over 500 different species. How do you guys get them all into safe places? It's not like you're going to pick up an elephant like it's a dog, right? And walk it into a barn. How do you push everybody inside to safety?
It's our amazing animal care staff that work with these animals day in and day out. They've got the most incredible relationships. They're training all the time, and the animals are learning these behaviors that help with their own welfare, including when to come into their bedrooms and barns that are cozy and climate controlled whenever they need to, like for instance during a storm.
Yeah. That's super exciting. Now, do animals kind of know when a storm is coming? You know, sometimes people say horses sit down, dogs turn their backs. Do some of your animals kind of know?
Yeah, there's a sense that animals do have this sixth sense about when a storm's coming through. For example, our flamingos, their natural behavior during a storm out in the wild and here at the zoo is to sit down lower into the water so that the wind sweeping through doesn't impact them as much as it would if they were standing straight up and tall. So they're the whole flock squatting down low in the water and kind of riding out the wind as the storm came through.
I love that. So you guys are back open. Invite the community out. Let them know that it is safe. We are working hard here. Tell them why they should come.
Absolutely. Well, we had an amazing weekend this past weekend. We're wide open and ready for guests across Houston. Come out. out and see the Houston Zoo. Come check out all the beautiful animals here and take pride in knowing that your visit helps saving them around the world.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ben. And coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, I'm looking for the giraffes. I'm looking for the elephants. I'm looking for those enclosures that we saw during the storm with a little bit of rain. And I'm going to ask them how they fared out during the storm. I told you guys. We're coming up soon. See you guys at 9.
Thank you so much, Mariah. It's good to see that the zoo is back open.